McCord. Hi, we're ranking Sonic movie posters today. Um, just kind of, you know, like movie 3 comes out pretty shortly, and I was like, well, I've been thinking about them. So you know what? It could be fun to do. It could just be fun to rank all the fucking movie posters, key visuals, shit like that. Um, I should have kind of tried to put them in order before I started doing this. But that's, you know, a me problem. Um, sorry, that's still old. I just need to make sure that everything's... Sonic 2 comes before Knuckles, obviously. Uh, uh. Also, like, the actual... Is that alright? Yeah, okay, I think that's pretty much in order then. If I zoom in that far, how does that look in OBS? Yeah, that looks fine. Yeah, no, movie 3 is coming out. I wanted to rank all the posters just because I thought it would be fun. I sort of made my main criteria that it would be like a theatrical release poster, plus also Knuckles just for fun. But it's a little vague because it's like, oh, well, some of them are just like character posters. It's like, I don't really want to count those, but then it's like, if it just has Sonic on it, then I don't know how much it's a character poster versus like a movie poster. Sonic 2 has some like weird ones on here, as you can see. I included the like Blue Justice Batman parody one, but then I didn't include all the like Christmas film parody ones for Sonic 3. It's weird, whatever. We'll call this Hyoka, actually, not JJK. This poster sucks. Like, here's the thing, actual design-wise, like, this isn't too terrible a poster. It has, like, intrigue of some description, I guess. But, God, like, it is just that the design is really bad for Sonic himself, because otherwise, like, oh, this captures, like, a decent striking silhouette, but no, fuck it. Similarly, I think this next poster also goes, you know what, we'll put this one higher up, because the actual poster is almost convincing, it's just Sonic's design is bad. This one, the actual poster could be convincing if Sonic's design was okay, except, as a lot of people have observed, how are his legs working in this shot? It's really hard to, like, pose your legs in such a way as to get this angle in, like, any convincing fashion. I also don't necessarily think, like, again, we're just falling back on, oh, this design is, like, old and bad and crappy and whatever, but, like, if you're gonna do a design that emphasizes Sonic's legs and his shoes, then you need to do shoes that are closer to his actual shoes instead of that. But oh well. This next one, I think, also Hyoka. It's just really, it's ugly Sonic in front of a city. Lame. Hyoka. Ugly Sonic in front of a city, floating in a big ol' ring. Lame. This one is at least slightly more dynamic, so it can go higher up. But still ugly Sonic, and the ugly Sonic ones are done, and we can actually talk about the movies now. This poster, I don't think was the first poster revealed for Sonic 1, although it's the one used for the DVD and, like, Blu-ray release box art. There's gonna be a bit of a common theme here of, like, I don't really like floating head visuals. This is kind of a floating head visual. I also don't like Jim Carrey's design in this first movie at all. But Sonic is running towards us. Jim Carrey and his robots are following from behind. The ring contextualizes it because that is how they function in this movie. I think that's a firm mid, you know? I don't love the design of it, but it is, it's there. Uh, Sonic and Tom sitting on top of the police car with the speed thing is... Well, it's not really anything, is it? It's just... mid, I guess? I don't know, it's kind of boring. It can stay there, fuck it. This one is also, I would say, mid, although I'd probably put it at the top of the tier. Sonic is running, his trail spells out the word Sonic. Sure, that works. It's a fairly dynamic angle. I just think it's a bit like... Sonic is pretty small and, like, boxed off in it, I guess. Sonic on top of a traffic light. There, maybe? I think, putting Sonic against a blue sky isn't a great idea because he doesn't contrast that well from it. But, you know, him sitting on top of a traffic light that emphasizes his, like, agility in some sense, so I'm okay with that. Right, those were the only Sonic Movie 1 ones, I guess. I feel like there should have been more, but whatever. This is the Versus key visual. This is either here or here. It's not very interesting a design. It is kind of just... Actually, yeah, you're right, it's not very interesting a design. I was gonna say it's kind of floating heads, it's contextualized a little bit better. I think, like... Yeah, it's, you know... Us versus them, that's part of the movie, but, like... It feels weird to me that Sonic and Tails are on the right side for a start. But also, I think, going in the context of the movie itself, yes, Eggman is the big bad, but Knuckles is, like, the one that we're focusing on for, like, the marketing and shit. I think Knuckles should have been facing off of Sonic, and then you could do Tails versus Eggman. The movie doesn't focus on the fact that they're both, like, intellectual characters and have them challenge each other in that way, but they are, so it would have worked a bit better. Plus, having, like, Sonic and Knuckles contrasts their blue and their red, which is better than doing Tails, Knuckles, blah blah blah. Yeah, this one... Ooh. Nah, seasoning. Here's the thing, right? Technically, yeah, floating head visual, plus it doesn't even have Knuckles in it. But goddamn, I like that Sonic 2 box art. Like, Mega Drive Sonic 2 box art. Far too much. This is a recreation of that with, you know, the updated designs and shit like that. They're not posed identically, but that's fine. It's sad that it loses Knuckles, but it just looks cool. Next up. God, this one's weird. It's, you know, it's the fucking snowboarding down a mountain set piece. Very good, very exciting. It's got all 4 main characters. It's like a pretty readable, exciting visual. I just think something about the way it's colored is, like, weird. It's, like, a bit too saturated. The sky is, like, a bit too blue and shit. It also doesn't have a lot of swag. That's kind of the other thing. It's fine, it's workable, but it's not really, like... We'll put a... top of mid? Maybe in here, maybe... I think that's maybe fine. Red Quill versus Blue Quill. This is one of those reference posters that I included, just kind of like the Batman one, because they were under film posters. Although, to be fair, I'm kind of thinking maybe I shouldn't have. This is, like... Maybe higher up? I mean, I don't know, it's... the blue and the red on the white background are striking, but it's also not like I. Despite the movie's emphasis on the quills, I don't really think a singular quill from any given Sonic character is like a particularly interesting piece of iconography. Such that I think making a poster out of it is like, eh. Also, since it's doing the choice is yours thing, that needs to reflect in the movie, but like the movie doesn't emphasize like Knuckles' quills at all, so whatever. The Sonic Batman parody one is like here to me. It's a Batman parody, it's fine. Next off, another kind of floating head one, like the first one. This visual's a bit busy, I think. It's got Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. The Master Emerald Shrine is beside Tails. The human characters are under Knuckles. Eggman is above everybody outside of the ring. And then below the ring is Sonic and Knuckles fighting each other for the Master Emerald. I think it's a bit more aesthetically pleasing than the first movie's one, because of the, like, the left side's blue, the right side's red, you know? But, I mean, I can maybe put it, like, here or something. To be fair, like, the more Sonic characters in the visual, the more I'm likely to enjoy it. But it's still kind of This one I like quite a bit. Yeah, top of seasoning makes sense to me. I like the tornado. I like seeing Sonic and Tails in the tornado. This is like a somewhat dynamic angle to view the whole thing from. We're slightly off to the side. Sonic's doing a good pose. Eggman's in the background taking chase. It just looks kind of cool. Nice. Okay, the Knuckles key visuals. Or movie poster. I mean, they're not movie posters. You know, Knuckles isn't a movie, it's a streaming event. I kind of forgot that these things said streaming event until I, like, you know, was looking at these posters. This first one is just Knuckles, that's like... There. I think, like... This is enough of Knuckles' design to be, like, iconic and shit. But it's also not strictly, like, exciting. Sure, it works. This one... It's sort of... there for me. Game of Thrones parody. You know, he's on, like, the sword throne or whatever, but it's just made of whatever bullshit. I guess that's fine, although I don't really know how much I think that fits Knuckles. The hat visual, which gets points because of the hat, although it's really not anything else other than the hat. I guess I'd put that, like, there? Sure. This is just Knuckles. It's just Knuckles. Maybe even... Nah, the bottom two tiers are for Ugly Sonic. But no, that is fully just Knuckles. It's a bit zoomed in, it's not the most interesting pose. The background isn't really in frame. It's just Knuckles. And finally, Sonic Movie 3, which is coming out. I think I could actually do these in order if I kind of remember the order. I think we got this one. I think that's about it. Okay. So we have our first poster that we got for Sonic Movie 3. Sonic and Shadow running towards each other. I think the perspective of this poster is kind of fucky, because they want you to see Sonic and Shadow from front on, but they also wanted them to be running down a building. Which is not the most aesthetically pleasing, but also it is a pretty cool set piece. Emphasizes their speed, their trails are making a free, that's nice and cool. I would, to be fair, probably put that, like, up there. I think it's solid. Sauce. Maybe even the top. That's just cool. It's a striking pose at a striking angle. Shadow looks cool doing it. We like the bike. This one's like mid to me. Here-ish. It's just Sonic and Shadow butting shoulders. There's not much of a background. It's a little too close. It emphasizes that they're combative with one another in this movie, but like, these next two posters I think came out at a similar time. Being real, one of them is probably going to be the like DVD Blu-ray box art in the same way as this one and this one were for Sonic 1 and 2. I don't know which one I'd rather have for that, to be fair. Because we got Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles running forward, then Shadow's in the background, and then further behind Shadow are Eggman and Gerald as floating heads. I think the background is like fairly well coloured to be like contrasty with everybody, and this isn't really obvious from the zoom level. I wonder if I can make it better in OBS. No, we are too zoomed in, you cannot fucking see anything. What was I at? 150? Is 150 any? Yeah, okay. Tails' render in this is really ugly. He looks very foreheady. Sonic colours aren't great in this. Knuckles is fine. Shadow, Gerald, and Eggman all look fine, but they're still kind of floating heady, so like, probably also mid, to be fair. I don't think I like it as much as 2's equivalent. Disproportionately weighted towards the mid tier, huh? I mean, the thing is, I just don't think a lot of movie posters are actually all that nice to look at. But, oh well. And then, kind of a similar poster, but Sonic and Shadow appear twice because they're also at the bottom fighting on a bridge. I like Sonic and Shadow being there fighting on the bridge, but it's also very small. Doesn't make up a substantial part of the image. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles are in the middle looking quite cool. But then Shadow's in the background and he's a bit too close to Gerald and Eggman, such that, like, it's not that the three of them blend together necessarily, but it kind of is. I think this is also pretty, like, there-ish. And then the Dolby poster can go in sauce, because it just kind of looks sick. Maybe even, it's just the best one. To be fair, it's just like, just awesome, striking, like 2D painted artwork. It emphasizes their speed in a very roundabout way, but it's striking. It's got good contrast. The little bit of white in the middle, like, balances things out a little bit, so it's not too overwhelming. I just think it looks cool. Is that my final list? Do I think this is the worst poster? Maybe that. Maybe, nah. No, this is better than... It's one of these two. Like, the fucking... I get what they're doing, having, like, San Fran in this there, and, like, Paris through the ring portal, but it leads to, like, the colours are a bit, like, hard to look at. Well, we'll ignore that. I mean, the top tiers are the ones that matter. I could actually put this one in sauce. I just like the tornado. You know, if I, like, think about these in terms of would I have a poster of them in my room, I think I would have, like, all four of these, like, no question. And the other ones I would be less eager. So yeah, maybe this is the final tier list. This one of Knuckles, top of mid. Fucking ordering these is, like, harder than anything else. Yeah, I don't know, we'll call this the final thing. There's a chance I'm missing some posters that, like, probably should have counted. It's, like, a bit iffy, and, you know, I wanted to just do, like, the like US, UK posters, because it's like, well, those are the ones that are like applicable to me. But then it's like, oh, but a lot of them do actually have like unique graphic design. But I was like, do I want to include those? I just didn't really know. But yeah, that'll do. I'm booked to see the movie on Friday. Here's hoping it's peak. Thanks for watching, Mark.